Optimistic beats. Optimistic beats.
Got my Cali booted up, yeah, it's time to hack. Got the IP in scope, now I attack. You likely don't know I wear a black hat. Where's your SQL database? Let me grab that. And all the people in the place saying play that. Even if your password's hashed, I'm gonna crack that. Let me go and pass that back with the fast track. We can think it's slow or fast, I got the hashtag. Even if it doesn't last, I'm gonna grab that. Every kind of persistence and I will come back. Responders gonna listen and I'll get that call back. Someone tell Eminem I'll never fall flat. Cause unlike all of them, I don't sound whack. I can rap, I can hack, yeah, all that. Cause unlike all of them, I don't sound whack. I can rap, I can hack, yeah, all that. Got the Cali booted up in my black hoodie on. Black hoodie on, black hoodie on. Got the Cali booted up in my black hoodie on. Get your terminals up as we listen to the song. Got the Cali booted up in my black hoodie on. Black hoodie on, black hoodie on. Got the Cali booted up in my black hoodie on. Get your terminals up as we listen to the song. This verse is for the career coaches. I really hope it hurts, cause y'all are the real vultures. You're lining up your purse, that doesn't fit our culture. You're getting rich off the poor, you're a poser. I told ya, if you're good, you don't need the cash. Now you're gonna feel my wrath. I just want you to see the fact that more than half these acts are just a money trap. So I will trash in raps, I don't want none of that. And I will smash with passion every scummy act. If you react with madness, you can run it back. And if you disagree, your thinking's incomplete. Because they're preying on the noobs in our industry. And here's what we can do to bring their misery. We can make them feel accessible for you and me. All the content that we make, we do for free. And we are live. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Hack Smarter Live. My name is Tyler. I am your host. And yo, super happy to have you hanging out with me. I think like every once in a while, I don't turn on music in the background while I hack stuff, mainly because YouTube yells at me. But guys, I really been bumping Whitey Cracker. Has anyone, I'm curious in chat, ever heard of Whitey Cracker? So he is like one of the OG like nerdcore hacker rapper people. He was part of, I think, the LulzSec and Anonymous movement back in the day. But I was listening to his music the other day, and then Whitey's in your Discord. That's awesome. I've really been enjoying his DJ mixes. Let me show it to you guys. I think we'll listen to this in the background while we work. It's what I had playing. But if you have never listened to this stuff on his channel, you need to check it out. So he has on his channel, like, he has some rap music, but he does these like long mixes. I'm sure YouTube will be like, you can't monetize this because this is in here, but it's totally fine. I could care less about the YouTube monetization. But I didn't even realize he DJ'd as well. So like, I've been loving this stuff. I'm going to get the volume set up. It's just him DJing. Like, I love it. I love the vibe. Turn it down just a little bit. Hopefully, if it's overpowering while I talk, please let me know. I don't have a great way to monitor it myself. But we'll let that play in the background. And we'll bump to that as we hack stuff. Hey, y'all, so the plan for the stream, before I do any of the Q&A stuff, the plan for today's stream is we are going to change it up. So generally, I do put my black hat on, get the Cali booted up, it's time to hack. But what I am going to attempt to do is a blue team challenge room on Try Hack Me. Now, if you've ever been with me when I attempt these blue team challenges, it generally doesn't go well because I'm not a blue teamer. I did it a very little bit professionally, but even when I was like a blue team, it was vulnerability management. It wasn't really incident response or log analysis for the most part. So a lot of that blue team log analysis threat hunting is pretty new to me. Now, I think I have some good perspective on the pen test or red team side of things on like what I'm looking at, but it's hard for me to hunt through stuff. So I'm always trying to work on my weaknesses when I'm on stream. And I've been working my way through the SOC 2 path on Try Hack Me, and I think we're going to attempt this Hunt Me 2 typo squatters, but we'll talk about that once we get to the YouTube part when I start recording. Is this a paid room? I don't know. Let me check. I don't even know how to check now with the new the new format. Let's see if I scroll down. Yeah, it is a paid room, so you do have to be a subscriber. So if you're not a subscriber, you have to live vicariously through me. And okay, yeah, so let me... Yeah, so Nefos is right. Let me just, for those of you who aren't on Twitch, let me give you a little bit of context of the really good conversation going on Twitch right now. HunterBot asked this question. Hey, Tyler, I'm working on an idea for an article regarding scope and bug bounty programs. I was wondering, how do pen testing companies verify the client-provided scope is their own assets? What if the client provides an IP of their competitor's assets? How would that be identified? And then Nefos said there would be a legal clause that states that they are authorized by the company and that they have the necessary authority for any third providers. I have, and that goes back a long time, which is, yeah, absolutely correct. Now, I don't do a lot. When I say I don't do a lot, I don't do anything on the legal side of pen testing. I'm just like a hands-on hacker. I receive the scope from my project manager, and then I dive into things. But I will provide a little additional context on that. HunterBot followed up by saying, what if a bad actor pretended to be a company hires a pen testing company to hack a company? They don't have permission for the company, and neither does the hacker have permission. So how would the pen testing firm avoid breaking the law in that case? So that would be... I mean, a bad part on the pen testing company as well. Pen testing companies, at least legit ones, do pretty serious due diligence on the legal side of things before we're ever going to touch a company's assets. But even like, for example, I would think less intentional. Every once in a while when I do a pen test, the client will put in IP that doesn't belong to them on accident. And generally, that's happening when you're doing an external pen test. So just to define our terms, an external pen test is when a client provides you with all of their external or internet-facing IPs, and it's poking at it from the outside. And sometimes those externals can have anywhere from as small as 20 IPs to 1,000 or 2,000 IPs of these external assets. And if they don't know what they own and they give you the wrong IP, you can run into an issue. But there's some pretty basic stuff. You can even have ChatGPT write up a script for you where you just check some DNS records, you check some headers, and you make sure it belongs to the company. So there's some small things you could do that way. But as far as a malicious actor trying to be a company that hires a pen testing company, I just don't think that would happen, because once again, the pen test company, at least any that are legit, are going to do a lot of legal work before they even touch a company's assets. They're not going to get tricked by a bad actor, from my experience. Hopefully that answers your question. So there's a little bit you can do, but I just don't see that as being a situation that's ever happened. If it has happened, would love to would love to hear if that's ever happened before, but I kind of doubt that scenario has ever happened, at least with legit pen testing companies. It may have happened to people who like claim to be a pen test company, but they're not legit. They don't know what they're doing, and they can get themselves or whatever in trouble. But that hasn't been my experience. Good questions. Dark Knight said, hi, I really like your investigation on Elk. Would be similar live for Blue Team in the future. Hey, actually, Dark Knight, you are in luck, because that's exactly what we are going to be doing in today's live stream. At least I'm going to attempt that. So stay tuned. We'll be starting that shortly. The stuff person, I think, is just trying to be a troll. Said, what's your belief on God, the creator of all miracle and science? Don't know if your question is legit or not, but anyone who follows me knows that I am a Christian. I don't push that faith in people's faces, at least I try not to, but I'm also unashamed about my own faith background. So if you don't like that aspect of me, I don't talk about it much on stream, but if that offends you, I really don't care. Watch someone else. It's my stream, I say what I want. Yo, we have, what? 0 day in the stream on YouTube, Ryan Montgomery. Insane. Dude, thank you for being here. Thank you for the kind words. I feel like we have us. Now I'm getting nervous. We got a celebrity in the chat. So for those of you who aren't on YouTube, the one and only 0 day Ryan Montgomery just dropped in chat. Dude, I watched you at DEF CON. I was at the Red Team Village panel in that packed room when you were up there with John Hammond and some of those other people. So cool to have you in the stream. Exciting stuff. I'm sure many of you know who he is. In the one big interview, they said that he was the #1 ethical hacker in the world. And he was careful to clarify at DEF CON. He's a #1 hacker on Try Hack Me. Not the #1 hacker in the world, but still does incredible stuff in the community. So Ryan, thank you for dropping by. Appreciate the kind words and appreciate the support. All right, Ryan, have you heard my rap song? That's the real question, dude. If you haven't, you need to check it out. Black Hoodie on my YouTube channel. I open up my stream with all of it, but you may not have been here on that side of things. But all right, y'all. Yeah, dude, thank you for stopping in and saying hi. Let's dive into the bulk of the stream. I will continue to answer questions. If anyone has questions about pen testing, career, cybersecurity, feel free to drop it in the chat. We'll do my best to check out those questions as we go, and actually want to make sure I didn't miss anything. If you're watching on LinkedIn, LinkedIn sucks at showing comments. I don't know why their platform's so freaking terrible, but if anyone here is on staff at LinkedIn, tell them to fix their live stream platform. But also, I usually share this in the beginning. I am live on 3 platforms. So you're welcome to watch me on YouTube, Twitch, or LinkedIn, whatever works best for you. You can join and hang out. And yeah, don't forget to hit the link button to share this with other people. Yeah, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's go. All right, let me scroll up. I know we have some comments on YouTube. Make sure I didn't miss anything. So Kevin said, Tyler, you said you're digging deeper into SOC. Can you please share your thoughts on creating a checklist and IR reports? Any update on working with this? It would help me out. So I don't feel qualified to speak on SOC work in the real world, because once again, I don't work in a SOC. I am just a straight pen tester. Like, even for my day job, y'all, I only do pen testing. I don't do purple teaming. I don't do incident response. I'm just a strict pen tester. I hack stuff. And so I could give you advice on SOC, but I don't feel like I'm qualified to do so. I feel like I fall into the trap of many of those YouTube influencers who have never worked a day as a pen tester, who are telling everyone how to become an ethical hacker now. Like, bro, you've never been an ethical hacker. You've never been a pen tester. Quit trying to give advice as if you're an expert in that field. So if I gave you expert advice on SOC, I'd be making that same mistake. I don't know personally to be able to help you with that. But I'm trying to learn. Another question said, in red teaming, do you guys create your own malware? I mean, it all depends on how you define malware. If you mean like reverse shells, beacons, C2s, things like that, yes. But we also have to be clear about the difference between red teaming and pen testing. So just to be clear, once again, I am a pen tester. I am not yet a red teamer. Now, here's what that means. I do pen tests. I do basically every assessment type you can imagine. So I do web apps and APIs. I do externals and internal network pen tests. I do mobile apps, both Android and iOS. I do cloud stuff, AWS and Azure, and also do some social engineering on pretext calling, phishing. But I haven't done any red teaming. And the difference there is when you're doing a pen test, it's very much a time limited engagement. So a client might only give me 5 days or 10 days to assess their environment, and I'm not focused on stealth. They want me to be noisy because they want me to find as many vulnerabilities as possible. They'll even allow list my IP so I'm not blocked by anything that's in place, right? That's a pen test. Find all the vulnerabilities. You can be loud. It's just a holistic view of the environment. A red team engagement is much longer, generally speaking. So a red team engagement could be 3 months, 6 months, even up to a year at times. And in a red team engagement, you usually emulate an APT, or an advanced persistent threat, a nation state actor, and you're a lot stealthier, and there's a bunch of things combined in that. So it usually has an on-site social engineering aspect. You have some social engineering in that, and really it's less of finding vulnerabilities and more about goal execution. So the client might say, hey, here's the goal, or here's the sensitive information I want you to find. You do everything in your power to get that information. So that's a red team environment. So when we do red team engagements, yes, we're doing custom malware, custom droppers, because we don't want to use something that's going to be picked up by EDR. Oh man, we got another super chat from John V. John V, thank you for the super chat. Because of that, I'll jump to your question next, but I'll go through the rest of the questions as well. John V said, what is the most exciting to you in cyber right now? What's the things you're the most passionate about? That's a good question. Probably what I'm most passionate about, well, one is just helping people get into the industry, right? So that's industry as a whole, but I've been a pen tester now for a year and I think 7 or 8 months. Started as an associate or junior pen tester. I'm now career mid-level pen tester. And although I still have a whole bunch to learn, I've learned a lot in the past year and 7 months. And one of my focuses, as many of you know who follow me, is giving back to the community. So I don't have a paywall for anything I do. I offer one-on-one coaching and a donate what you can rate. What that means is I tell people donate to a nonprofit of your choice. Whatever amount you can afford, and I'll meet with you one-on-one and help you get into the field. Here's the thing. People who are good enough at their job as pen testers, when they're trying to like charge people hundreds of dollars just to meet with you to help you get into the industry, bro, they're either like not as good at what they do as they claim, or they're ripping you off. Like that's reality. There's people out there. We have an entire team now at Hexmarter who will offer coaching. So that's what I'm really passionate about, breaking down these barriers, making this field accessible for more people, and kind of removing that gatekeeper, that influencer money type thing. I don't want to have anything behind a paywall. I want to help the community free of charge. That's what I'm most passionate about. And with that said, thank you for the super chat. Like, seriously, appreciate it. All right, few other questions here before we dive into things. Tyler, Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, who's winning? You know, funny question. Once again, those of you who follow me, you know that I myself box. I should go grab my equipment. Thursday nights, I usually don't stream because I'm boxing. I just got home, just got showered up. I got hit on the side of my head. I don't know if you can see it, but I got a nice mark there. It bled a little bit. But Thursday nights is when I do my own boxing, sparring. I step into the ring. I even do some hard sparring. So boxing is a big part of my life. I'm hoping to compete maybe in the fall, y'all. The biggest thing is I need to get my weight down. I have good cardio. Like I think I went 7 or 8 3-minute rounds just back to back with different people in the gym tonight sparring. So my cardio is decent, but my diet freaking sucks. So I need to like lose weight. Right now I'm at about 230 pounds. And if you know boxing, if I fought right now, it would be at heavyweight, which means I could fight someone up to 265 pounds, like a young Mike Tyson who would freaking knock me out and then bite my ear off. I don't want to fight that person. So for me to compete, I want to get my weight down to 204 and compete in that division. I'm 6'2". If I was at 204, I think that would be a good weight class for me. So I am working slowly on my diet and on losing weight. So if I can get down to that healthy weight in the fall, I want to compete in boxing myself. And if I do, and if I get a video, I'll post it up on YouTube. But as far as the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, I used to make fun of Jake Paul when he started boxing. I thought he was your typical YouTuber turned boxer. But the dude is taking boxing seriously. Like, I consider myself an okay boxer. I wouldn't want to fight Jake Paul, although I would. Like, for the millions of dollars, heck yeah, I'd step into a ring and fight him. But the dude actually has some decent skill for the level that he's at. And Mike Tyson, if Mike Tyson was 29 or whatever Jake Paul is, Mike Tyson would destroy him. But y'all, we got to keep in mind, Mike Tyson is over 50 years old. Jake Paul is in his 20s. And as much as a beast Mike Tyson is, age does matter when it comes to boxing. I don't see Mike Tyson winning that match simply because he's over 50 years old and he's fighting a young 20 dude who's in excellent shape and has some power. Curious about anyone with that. All right, let me keep scrolling. Make sure I'm not missing any comments here. Dude, let's do it. Ryan Montgomery and Tyler interview. Yeah. Yo, Ryan, I'll reach out to you on Discord, my friend. I know we've messaged back and forth maybe just once. I think we were working on a Try Hack Me machine, or you messaged me by mistake if I remember right. And I was like, yo, Zero Day messaged me. Dude, I'll message you on Discord tomorrow. We'll line something up. That'd be awesome to do an interview and to have you share your story and answer questions from the chat. We'll make that happen. Appreciate it. Man, a lot more questions. All right, I'll answer a few more before we dive into the room. Don't want to keep you all waiting. Jordan said, do you think knowing a scripting language such as Python is required to become a pen tester? Not required to become a pen tester, but it's going to make your life a lot easier and help you accelerate. I won't go into a lot of detail on that because Heath Adams from TCM Security released a really good video. I think that was last week answering that exact question, at least about programming. Would just direct you to check that out. I think you'll find that helpful. All right. Sweet. All right, Ryan's heading out. Nice to meet everyone. I'm going to eat some food and pass out. Good luck with the room, Tyler. Thank you, dude. And thank you again for the kind words and checking out. We have like a celebrity in the chat. Amazing, dude. Yeah, I'll reach out to you. We'll get an interview lined up. Thank you for stopping by, dude. Enjoy the food. All right, what's going on Twitch? Hello, sir. Currently, I am working as a system admin. Now I want to move into cybersecurity. What are the ways can I move into cybersecurity? I hate to be that guy that says I made a video about that, but I did just make a video about that. If you go to my YouTube channel, I have a whole video like how to be an ethical hacker in 2024. I lay out a very detailed roadmap. Check out that roadmap, my friend. I think that'll answer your question. Hunter Boss said, did you see the new Next.js from the folks at AssetNet? No, I haven't. I'll have to check it out. At least I don't think I have. What do I weigh / height? Now we're getting personal questions. No, I'm guessing you asked this when I was talking about boxing. I'm 6'2", 230 pounds. Roughly, around there. Depends on if I ate a buffet that day. Crazy Horse said, you mentioned C2. Do you use something like that in your day-to-day? I recently did a CME course in Hack the Box Academy and used Empire. It was my first real experience with the C2, and it was pretty rad to see and use. No, I do not use a C2 on my day-to-day. Once again, that's going to be the difference between pen testing and red teaming. You really only need a C2 if you have a bunch of shells that you're managing. With a pen test, you're probably not going to honestly get a shell, like full RCE. I got... one time in the past year, I got full RCE on a web app that's been tested by pen testers. I think they said for like 10 years, and I just happened to see something people miss, and I got full RCE. But that doesn't happen very often on pen testing, unless it's an internal pen test. You'll get shells. So on an internal pen test, a C2 is helpful, but I just haven't used them much. I've messed around with Sliver, which is pretty cool. My company doesn't have Cobalt Strike, and I'm not going to buy that myself, but Sliver was really fun to play around with. All right. Yo, John V, welcome to Basic Membership. Welcome to the party, pal. Yeah, for those of you on YouTube, you're welcome to become a member of my channel. It comes with all of these exclusive perks of, well, actually nothing. I'm terrible at promoting that. You can become a member to support what I do, but like I said before, I don't want to hide anything that I do behind a paywall. So whether you're a member or not a member, you have the same level of access to me and my content. I don't want to cut out anyone due to their financial ability. But if you do have the financial ability and want to support what I do, become a member, do a super chat. I appreciate it. Dang, Brendan, that's deep. Brendan said, I'm about to do a year in prison for a drug offense. What books did you recommend for me to learn cybersecurity penetration testing during my time? First, dude, that sucks. Message me on Discord. Would love to chat with you a little more one-on-one about some advice for that year. But I love your attitude on, hey, what can I read? What can I learn? I would recommend the Web Hackers Handbook, like the latest one, I think version 2. Even though it's a little bit older, it has some solid stuff there. And that's the first one that comes to mind. Also, the Hacking APIs book by Corey Ball would be another great book that I've read. Let me think through that, though. And once again, if you're on Discord, shoot me a DM. Would love to talk to you one-on-one, and I might have some better ideas. Quackleb said, hi, this is the first stream I've caught, but I recently joined the Discord community. How important do you think having a degree from a university for getting a job as a pen tester / related? It's not important. I have one. I have an associate's, a bachelor's, and a master's, but to be a pen tester, you don't need a degree. Armitage. All right. Okay, I think I made it through all the questions, guys. That was crazy, though. Man, 0 day jumping in chat. I'm glad it's recorded because people wouldn't believe me. I'll line up that interview with them, guys. So hopefully within the next month, you'll see one of these streams with me and 0 day, aka Ryan Montgomery, and we'll chat about pen testing, career, security. That'd be a really fun conversation. Whew. Am I missing anything else here before we dive into stuff? How's the music, guys? Music okay? I see a comment on LinkedIn, but yeah, I can't see it. Yeah, that stinks. I'm still searching for it, and it prevented me from thinking a lot, ... So Elisa, so 2 people have commented on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the dumbest platform in the world. I can see it on my notifications that you left a comment, but I can't see the comments myself. So if you're on LinkedIn, bro, you got to jump over to YouTube or Twitch. There's no music from starting. There should be some music in the background. Just some nice background music if you turn it up. Okay, guys. And ladies. And whoever else is watching. Let's dive into things. I'm actually hot, y'all. I think from boxing. One sec. All right. Ditch the black hoodie. I'm a blue teamer today anyway, so I don't need the black hoodie. I got the black shirt. That's good enough. Let me start recording. And my headphones are even making me hot too. Here, I'm gonna turn off. I will turn off the music, I guess, for YouTube. All right. What's my biggest conspiracy theory? Dude, I don't have too many conspiracy theories. I don't usually traffic in that. I have no idea. I don't even know how I would answer that. I think most conspiracy theories are based on people with too much time on their hands falling down weird YouTube rabbit holes and not knowing how to fact check. And they think they're smart because they believe in a conspiracy theory. Most of those so-called conspiracy theories are just insanity. Oh, yeah, okay, I agree. AZ Cowboy 1. Birds are not real. They're really government drones meant to spy on us. Okay, that would be my favorite conspiracy theory. Thoughts on aliens. Now we're delving deep. I don't have any thoughts on aliens. That's my thoughts on them. I don't think about them. So that's my thoughts on aliens. No. All right, I'm going to start recording for YouTube, and we will dive into this room. Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to at least attempt a blue team challenge room on TryHackMe, specifically the Hunt Me 2 Typo Squatters room. Now, I am a pen tester, to be very clear. I don't do blue team, I don't do threat hunting, I don't do log analysis in my day-to-day job. I sometimes do it on TryHackMe. I've been slowly working my way through the SOC 2 path on TryHackMe, which, by the way, excellent pathway. And the reason I'm doing that is I just want a better understanding when I'm doing pen testing. Is when I'm talking to blue teamers and helping them secure their environment, I want to be able to understand things from their perspective. So I've been working through the SOC 2 pathway, and I do a lot of the pathway offline because it's a lot of reading, but I try to save the challenge rooms for my stream. So let me go ahead and share my screen, Hunt Me Typo Squatters. Now, also to be clear, the difference between me and probably other content creators you're going to find on YouTube is I have not done this room ahead of time. I haven't even looked at the room. The only thing I've done is launch the virtual machine so that it's going and we don't have to wait for it to launch, but I haven't looked at it, haven't attempted it. So you're going to get my raw attempt at it. And now, so I set your expectations a little bit. I believe the last time I tried a blue team challenge room, I rage quit halfway through. So who knows if I'm actually going to be able to finish it. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how miserable I fail. And if I do fail miserably, hey, we'll look at a walkthrough and kind of stumble our way through it. I share this all the time, but if you look at a walkthrough for whether it's red team or blue team, it's not a fail, right? It's only a fail if you do not learn. As long as you learn something in the process, you are not failing by looking at a walkthrough. The goal is to learn. Let me go ahead and dive down. Actually, I don't even think I'm on the VPN, so let me do that first. We'll go to my download, sudo open VPN, Tenebrae something. Jeez, why do I have so many? I think it's this one. All right, hopefully that works. But here is our introduction in our scenario. I also see we have some more questions in chat. I'll see if I can answer some of these. Thoughts on Alienware. Once again, thoughts on Alienware is no. I just don't think about it. Crazy. Poplu said, I'm in the second year of university, want to break into cybersecurity, what should I do? Hey, released a video on that exact question, I think a week or 2 weeks ago, called How to Become an Ethical Hacker in 2024, where I lay out a detailed roadmap. Check out that video. Zach says, the president calls you and needs you to track down an APT. Are you doing it? Nope, probably not. I have zero interest in working for the government, working for the NSA. I think the government as a whole has done too many shady things when it comes to people's privacy, and I want no part in helping them with their destroying of privacy. So I am not a government worker. a government actor, and I'm not going to help the government with an APT. My personal philosophy there. Why VPN? Yeah, you need it for Try Hack Me. That's the only reason. All right, let's dive into this. What do we have going on? Bard, bad, BADD. All right, it's bad with 2 D's. Scenario. Just working on a typical day as a software engineer, Perry received an encrypted 7C archive from his boss containing a snippet of source code that must be completed within the day. Oh no. Realizing that his current workstation does not have an application that can unpack the file, he spins up his browser and starts to search for software that can aid in accessing the file. Without validating the resource, Perry immediately clicks the first search engine result and installs the application. Oh no, he went to the famous 7zip.org instead of 7zip.org. Last September 26, 2023, one of the security analysts observed something unusual on the workstation owned by Perry based on the generated endpoint and network logs. Given this, your SOC lead has assigned you to conduct an in-depth investigation on his workstation and assess the impact of the potential compromise. Connection details. Deploy the attached machine by clicking the Start Machine button in the upper right corner of the task. The provided virtual machine runs an Elastic Stack or ELK, which contains the logs that will be used throughout the room. Once the machine is up, access the Kibana console using the following credentials. The Kibana instance may take up to 3 to 5 minutes to initialize, and good thing I launched it a while ago. We should be good as long as I am on the right VPN, and I am. And we are using Elastic, same credentials I use for my bank account, so hopefully it works. Elastic. Kevin says, does that mean you're against the government? No, I am not an, what is the word? Anarchist? I am not against the government. I think the government does some good things, but I think generally speaking, when it comes to the field of like cybersecurity and stuff, I am on the side of Edward Snowden, not on the side of the U.S. government. Now the NSA is probably spying on me, but I'm very much a white hat hacker. I don't do any black hat stuff, even though I'm wearing a black hat. So I don't do anything against the government, but I also believe the philosophy of the government and other state actors is flawed in the way they treat human rights and human privacy. All right. Let's go ahead and dive into a few things here. First, I'm just going to pull this out so we can tab back and forth. Easy Cowboy 1, they were watching you before you said that, so no harm done. Yeah, they were. I guarantee it. It is what it is. Come at me, NSA. I'm not going to work for you, though, so don't try to recruit me. Let's go up to here. We'll go to Discover. And is that the only index? Yep, WinLog beat. And we also have the date information up here, September 26, 2023. So let's go ahead and set our date to absolute, and we'll go to September 26 back to 2023. We'll just update. It should show us at least some information on this graph. And you know what? I want to turn off Dark Reader. Is Dark Reader on right now? I apologize for those of you who I just made your eyes bleed, but Dark Reader kind of messes up the format a little bit of Elk Stack. At least I think it does. It's going to be hard to see some things, so I am going to turn it off. Once again, apologize for the hacker eyes I just made bleed. Okay, so here we are, September 26th. We see a lot of records right here, a lot of things popping up, so that'll be of interest, a good place to start there. Can I turn on Dark Reader just for this tab? Whoops, not Foxy Proxy. I want Dark Reader on just for this tab. Is that, oh, only for Try Hack Me. Yeah, do that. Only for Try Hack Me? Well, that, okay. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. All right, only for Try Hack Me. Oh, no, it still doesn't work. Whatever. I don't know how to use Dark Reader. I guess we're going with the white screen. If y'all don't like it, wear sunglasses or something. So let's look through some of these questions before we even dive into it so we know what we're looking for. So we're looking for the URL of the malicious software, the IP address, the domain hosting the malware, the PID of the process, the Following the execution chain, another remote file was downloaded, so we have a second malicious file. The newly downloaded script also installed a legitimate version of an application. What is the name of the service that was installed? The attacker established a C2 connection. What is the username of the account that executed the service? They dumped the LSAS data. Oh no. They harvested creds. What was the name of the tool used by the attacker here? Was the credential bearer attacker leverage? After gaining access, they attempted to reset the creds of another user. What's the name of the workstation after gaining access? Aside from Mimikatz, what is the name of the PowerShell script used to dump the hash? What is the AE6256 hash the domain admin? And after getting domain admin access, the attacker popped ransomware on workstations. How many files were encrypted on all workstations? All right. Oh, Nafos is telling me how to fix Dark Reader. Click the button to the left of the on button on the site to get an exclusion. Why do I keep opening the wrong thing? All right, Dark Reader. On. Okay, let me go back to my Elk stack here. Extensions, Dark Reader. Does that work? What the heck? All right, Dark Reader. There. Oh my goodness. Click the site list tab. You guys can see I don't use Dark Reader. Site list tab. So not inverted list. Nope, I don't care. Screw Dark Reader. We won't even be on the Try Hack Me website anyways. I'm not going to spend the stream screen with Dark Reader. I'll do that offline, figure it out. I'm sure it's super easy if you know what you're doing, but I clearly don't know what I'm doing. Oh, wait. I got it. It did the opposite. It did the opposite of what I want. The frick? Add site to list. All right. Delete. Did I do it? Okay, we have our first flag is, 20 minutes later, I figured out how to use Dark Reader. You guys are welcome for your hacker eyes, although it probably still hurts your eyes when I go back and forth like that. But the first thing we need to do with Elk Stack is figure out, hey, what fields do we want to use? So I'm just going to click one of these records that we see a bunch of stuff going on here. What do we have going on? We'll click one of these and let's just see let's see what fields it gives us access to. So what do we want in our columns? Maybe an agent host name, right? Let's toggle that column in our table. Let's scroll down. Event action, maybe. Event module, I think might be helpful, so we'll include that. Maybe the host name. We have this message level, which I can already see some of they're dumping LSAS, I think, right there. But here's what we want. Process arguments, I think, will be helpful as well. We can actually see the commands that are running. What's the difference between process arguments and process command line? Isn't that the same thing? Let's do process command line, maybe. Winlog process ID. I mean, that might be helpful as well. Winlog username. Let's just begin with those fields for now. Right, so we have our process command line, our event module, blah, 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 blah. And let me reset our date as well. We'll just go back to this, there, and then we'll go to just the 27th maybe. And the other thing I like to do is to change this to descending, and we can kind of get a feel for what was going on. So we have, 32,000 hits. So that's going to be a lot of stuff, but we can filter things out. Do we know the username of the person? It just says Perry. Do we have his host name or anything like that? Owned by Perry. Okay, maybe I'm not going to scroll through here and see if I can find it. Oh, I think I'm missing some comments. Guys, is Burp Suite a must when it comes to exploitation? Yeah, no, it's not. I do use Burp Suite Pro in my actual day-to-day job as a pen tester, but yeah, on live stream I use Kato. But you can also use Zap. There's other proxies. Burp Pro is really helpful for legit web app pen testing, but it's not the only one. It's just the proxy itself that's going to be most helpful to you. What if I sort this? Well, let's just go into here. So we have 20. Let's go into this day again. Let's go to right here maybe. I don't know if this is updated yet. And can we change this to, is this descending 14? Yeah, okay. So right here, we have something interesting going on. We have a command being run. Let's check this out. Is this kind of where our malicious activity starts? Maybe. If we go to our message here, we can see some information. So we have this command line. They're using Power Sharp Pack. They're getting some Power Sharp binaries. Invoke NanoDump. Invoke NanoDump. What was the first question that it wanted us to answer? What is the URL of the malicious software that was downloaded by the victim user? Here's our 7zip.dll stuff right there. I don't think this is the malicious software, although this is the name of the malicious software right there, 7zip.dll. I don't know the full website, at least I'm not seeing it right here. Well, we have some hints here. And I scroll down. Well, we know the name of this malicious stuff, I think, right there. Can I just search for that? Oh, but we want to extend our timeline. Let's go back to the beginning of the day. All right, and now if we search for 7zip.dll, and is it descending? Are we doing the right thing there? 1423. Yeah. So here, I think, is our malicious URL. This 7zip.org, is that going to be our answer? Do I have to defang it? Well, no, it doesn't look like it. What is the URL of the malicious software that was downloaded by the victim user? Is that not fitted for some reason? www.7zipp.org. Oh. No, I guess it doesn't. What was the URL of the malicious? Was that not the URL? I don't think it's Sharp Tools because it would be this URL. They mean like he tried to download 7zip, right? If we look up here, they tried to download 7zip and they downloaded the wrong 7zip. And it says, what is the URL of the malicious software that was downloaded by the victim user? Is this not the URL? That's why I suck at these blue team rooms, guys. Oh. Is it this right here? The full IP, is that what it wants? No.
I'm telling you guys. This is the thing I don't like about these blue team rooms. I mean, it's all about hunting, but it's like, how is that not the right answer? The user downloaded it, so probably from a browser, not a command line. So I wonder how the heck we find that information properly. Because I'm sorting it by the 7zip.dll, which I think would be... we could search by the URL, I guess. Let's search by like 7zip.org maybe. All right, we have this stuff, but I don't... Here's the download. Here's to the download folder. Can we see the URL that they downloaded from? Oh, here we go. I think I found it. We have this right here, and we also have the username, perry.parsons, and we have the host URL, 7zip.org, and it's an MSI, so a Microsoft System Installer. Let's try that. Boom. Hey, guys. If I don't get any other answers in the course of this live stream, I at least got one answer. That's what matters. What is the IP address of the domain hosting the malware? Oh, shoot, I just saw that. On that other one we were looking at. I think we actually have the IP information here. Unless this was like part of the second stage. Where was the IP at, y'all? Guys, I was looking at the IP. Surely I can't do like a... I can't just ping it. Right? It doesn't exist now. Oh, there's the legit one. Let me do 7zip. Is it 7zip.dll? Let me check. I think it was one of these. Where we had some IP like a 216 something something. I should just rewatch my own stream while I'm on stream and figure out how I stumbled across that IP. Oh, here it is. What is the PID of the process that executed the malicious software? The PID of the process that executed the malicious software. Let's go back to 7zip.org. Well, do I have the name of the software? Here, let me grab this and let's just search for that. All right. Is this what it's talking about? This is what executed the software, right? So if we look at the PID for this, the process ID. Is it this? 7008? Nope. Oh, 2532, how about? Oh, I turned numlock on. Boom. Guys, I have 3 answers so far. 3 answers I have found on my own in a blue team challenge on TryHackMe. My training is officially paying off. All right, following the execution chain of the malicious payload, another remote file was downloaded and executed. What is the full command line value of this suspicious activity? Blue team going on his resume today, right? We're getting out the red team with this one. Just kidding. I want to stay in the red team. Following the execution chain, another remote file was downloaded and executed. All right. Following the execution chain. So we could do something like View surrounding documents. Let's load like, I don't know. All right, well, I don't see anything being executed afterwards if I'm following this rightly. 819, 817. Let's just YOLO it, bro. Let's just do like 50. Okay, here we go. We have, let me scroll back down through here. So we have this. Is it consent? No. Wait, what was the question? Another remote file was downloaded and executed. This? PowerShell script? PowerShell.exe. I think it might be this. Is that 4 in a row? Without rage quitting? Without looking at a walkthrough? I need to exchange my black hat for a blue hat. That's what I'm talking about. All right, the newly downloaded script also installed a legitimate version of the application. What is the full path of the legitimate installer? The what script did? The newly downloaded script, this PowerShell script? All right, well let's keep filtering. Let's do 100 now. We'll go back to where we were at. So here's where we were at, where it's blue. And it downloaded, is it this? What are we looking at? The full path of the legitimate installer? Is that this? No, okay. Here's that script, right? It's executing that script. 7Z legit? Is that a legit one? I mean, it doesn't look legit, but I'll take it. What? Count them, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the name of the service that was installed? Is that not 7-zip? What is the name of the service that was installed? This probably isn't the right way to do the room, guys, but this is how I'm doing it. We're just going to keep working through this thing and uncovering this dirty hacker's steps, all right? So we have this. We're going through here. We install a service at some point in time. There's our 7Z. Is it 7Z legit? That's not the name of it, is it, though? Okay, I don't think so. I mean, is it 7Z service? Is that the answer? Because the name of the service that was installed? 6 in a row. Count them, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drink of water now. I won a drink of water. I deserve one. I can't believe I'm actually working. Now, we have a lot of questions left, but I was expecting to get stuck at question 1. So I'm thoroughly impressed so far that I have not given up. The attacker was able to establish a C2 connection after starting the implanted service. What is the username of the account that executed that service? After starting, so the 7Z service? Whoops. Let's go back to this. I was on my host machine. Let me fix that real quick. Hey, Wreck This Gizmo. We're doing some blue teaming tonight. We're going through a threat hunting challenge room. Okay, so they're starting the service right there. So what was the question? What is it that executed the service? The username, I think we'll see it here then. The username that executed the service. Here we see sc.exe. I believe starting the service, I think. Surely it's, well, is it just system? Is that what they're looking for? SYSTEM. Oh my goodness. Whew. Too good. I'm on fire. After dumping LSAS data, the attacker attempted to parse the data to harvest the creds. What is the name of the tool used by the attacker in this activity? Well, I could guess, but let's see if we can find it. After doing what? After dumping the LSAS data. Okay, we're getting closer. Let's do 200. Want to go? I don't want to miss anything. Where's my line? There we go. There's my line right there. Starting that service. Are they using invoke nano dump? No. Do they mean like... Okay. After dumping LSAS data, let's keep going. Let's add another 50 to this. Hunting that needle in the haystack. I have massive respect for blue teamers who do this in the day-to-day, like this threat hunting stuff. I'm not great at it, but I'm getting better. I remember seeing before when they dumped the LSAS data, like I stumbled across that initially. All right. I'm going to do one more 50, and then we're going to go back to the actual thing, and I think I have some ideas on how I can find this by filtering better than my ghetto way of doing it right now. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm going to go back to Discover. My timeline right. We'll let it load for a second. Oh, no. Where did all my columns go, bruh? No, don't take away my columns. Here they're back. Okay. All right, these guys got hit for LSAS. What's going on here? Execute nanodump shellcode to dump LSAS. What's the question? After dumping it, the attacker attempted to parse the data. So what is it? It's not the name of the tool that dumped it, which we can see here, but it's the name of the tool that they try to use to parse it. So we found here's where they're, can you go away? We found where they're dumping the data. So what if we do view surrounding documents on this one? And we're going up here. I'm not sure a good way to find the tool that they're using. We're creating a script block, text 2 of 51. My goodness. I mean, I guess that makes sense. So if we do 50, can we see what comes after the 51? Is this all part of that? Let's just check out this top one here. Okay, there's 51 of 51. All right. We'll do 100, and we might see, now that they execute all that script block, we might see what they're trying to use to, what they're using to attempt to parse through that data. Is this where I was at before? Using a where fault? Maybe. So here's all of our PowerShell commands. This is 51 of 51, right? Okay, script blocks 51 of 51. So what's this one doing? Okay, nothing too interesting there. Don't think any of this is going to be interesting. It might be werfault.exe. Let's just check that one out. Oh no. That's just Windows problem reporting. Okay, they're definitely not using that to parse. They're running system info. Invoke power extract. Path to dump. There it is, right? Their dump file is trash.evtx, and they're running invoke power extract on it. What is the name of the tool? I think this is the name of the tool right here. Boom. What is the credential pair that the attacker leveraged after the credential dumping activity? After the credential dumping activity. Okay. So we should be able to see that, right? So this is our credential dumping after the credential dumping activity. So we're doing it here. Let me just view surrounding documents on this one now. Whoa, I didn't mean to do it that way. All right, well, there's our file. And now we're running, well, there's the path to dump, blah, 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 blah. How many times are they going to run that? Whoa. It's just constant. Does they do... Why does I get spam so much? Oh, do they have to do every... I don't know. Oh, it's just the process running. How long does it run? It runs forever. All right. Let's make this a little bit easier on ourselves. Let's just copy this. Back up. Back up. So I don't lose my columns here. So let's look at the last time it runs. Wait, did I have, is my filter wrong? 23. Okay. No, not, oh, it's running. Okay, let me just do power extract real quick. I definitely deleted that. The frick? What do you mean? Bruh, I saw it myself, homie. Hold up. There we go. Okay. So now we have all these power extracts as the process is running. Geez, that would have sucked to really like keep doing what I was doing. Can I sort it by, let me sort it the other way, by ascending. I just want to see the last time that runs. Because then I'm thinking if we find the last time it runs, is this it now? Did it adjust it? Then we can look at surrounding documents. So is this the last time it runs right here? Okay. And then they're using Bloodhound. So once they finish getting the credentials, they run Bloodhound. So then I think the question we need to answer is, what is the credential pair the attacker leveraged? So we should see that in the Bloodhound process, maybe, if they passed, depending how they passed the credentials. Invoke Bloodhound. Okay, I thought I would see... So when you run Bloodhound, you can pass the creds on the command line. But it doesn't appear they did that. It's running as system. What credential pair did the attacker leverage after the credential dumping activity? Okay, let's keep looking through this. So this is the end of our credential dumping activity. Let's 50 it again. And let's see what we can find, right? So we're running Bloodhound. Oh, thank you, PS Cybersec. Let's do the same thing I did with this, but with Bloodhound. So we'll change Power Extract to Bloodhound. Okay, and am I still sorting in this order? So this is the last case of Bloodhound. View surrounding documents. John Davis said, I'm impressed at his movement without using filters. Yeah. AZ Cowboy 1 said, well, if I was doing this for real, I would be looking for event IDs for logins around that time for that box. That's a good idea. Maybe we should do that. If my way doesn't work, I'll eventually do it the right way. Right, so we have the security. Could we see like a login fails on here? Like what's this activity right here? Right when Bloodhound's done, what's going on here? Oh, we're doing some Chrome stuff. What do we got for security here? Privilege service called. All right, guys, my lack of filtering might be failing me at this point. I might have to actually start filtering now. I just want to see what we're looking at from here. So we're going to find the credential pair. Then after gaining access, the attacker attempted to reset creds of another user. So when they ran Bloodhound, they probably realized they had that permission. So they're going to run Bloodhound, get access to an account. From that account, they're going to attempt to reset the credentials of another user to a new password, net user, blah, blah, blah. And then we're going to be looking at the domain that was used at. Okay, I think I'm finally going to have to fail and start filtering, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, maybe. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Maybe my ghetto way of doing this is still going to work. Let's see. I see some commands here. Invoke Sharpcats. Oh, they're doing a DC sync. Ooh, Damian Hall. Hey, fun fact, guys. On an internal once, I did the same thing. Within 1 day of access, I had DC sync rights, and I created myself a golden ticket on an internal. It was amazing. So I did this a very similar attack in the real world. Just didn't have to detect it. I just performed it. So they perform a full DC sync attack with the user Damian Hall. D-A-M-I, but that's not the user we're looking for here. Am I getting ahead of myself? Because is this the answer to that other question? I think I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll go back and work through this backwards. But I do see them performing the DC sync attack as the Damian Hall user. So this is going to be Damian Hall. I just don't know his password. Oh. Anna Jones? Is that the other user? Let me just collect this information. I don't even know if this is the right info. A-N-N-A. Yeah, that's not the right info. I'm using this as notes now because I want to search for these users. So I'm just going to jot this information down and try hack me there. But let's continue to look at some of this about what was going on. Right, they're performing the DC sync attack. All right, let me back up. And we can probably... No. The thing that makes me the most annoyed is the time on here. I feel like it always resets itself. Okay, that's not going to work. Oh, sure enough, I'd use net user. Can I do that? Oh, so that's searching for anything. Frick, am I doing this right? Okay, at least I have user. I meant net user, but we at least have user here. This is all that DC sync attack. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. All right. All right. All right. This is good. What is the credential pair the attacker leverage? Well, we don't need to know that yet. So after gaining access to the new account, the attacker attempted to reset the credits of another user. What is the new password set to this target account? Pwned right there. What is the name of the workstation where this new account was used? Nope. Does it mean this full thing? I didn't see how much it... No. We could now filter. So who's doing this password resetting? Why can't I see, like, it says system every time? Is there a reason I can't see the users running these commands? You know what I mean? Like, where is the... Am I blind? Am I missing it? All right. What is the name of the workstation? It's workstation 2. I guessed that. We'll just go with it. It's clearly workstation 2. All right. What is the credential pair the attacker leverage after the credential dumping activity? So we need a username and a hash. So they dump the activity and they gain access, and then they reset the credentials for our Anna Jones user. Okay. So who's executing these commands? Like trying to figure out who's in the administrator group. Why does it not tell me the username of who executed these commands? Why does it say NT system authority? Why does it not give me a user? Does anyone know why? I'm truly don't understand that fully. After the credential dump. What is the credential pair the attacker leveraged? Because it's Windows. Yeah, you're probably right. One would think it would show me the user, but it legit doesn't. Like there's no user information on these commands that are run, at least that I can see. I'm just kind of guessing. Let's do view surrounding. Oh, wow. That was in the middle of this credential dumping crap. How can I not see it? We're almost done, too. Like, how do I get that answer? What is the credential pair the attacker leverage after the credential dumping activity? Well, one would think I would be able to look at the credential dumping activity and then see the credentials that were used, right? Did I miss something when I was attempting to do that myself? Let me try that one more time. If I do back. So this is the last time the credential dumping activity happened, right here. This is the last time. So one would think if I view surrounding documents, it seems like it should be included in that Bloodhound command. But it's not, at least. Did I miss it here? Here, let's go to JSON. Maybe it's here. Bro, it's always freaking system. That part doesn't make sense to me at all. Who set up this blue team environment? Freaking monitor the usernames being used to hack you. I'm going to try something. If I toggle this column in my table, all right? Go back. Of course it's not there. Of course it's not there, even though I just freaking toggled it. Oh, username apparently is blank. Okay. User. Is user what I'm looking for? Okay, we have system. What if I go like this? Oh, I can't filter by that column? Well, shoot. How about like username not how do I do not? Username not. Oh. No. Okay. Let me try the little filter GUI here. Username is not one of system. Yes. I'm hitting enter. Thank you. They're not even recording any other usernames on this stupid freaking machine. Are you serious? Why would they not be recording the username? All right. Hengi said, looked like the attacker logged in using WinRM. Yeah, I know what system is, but one would think that before they're running a system, they ran as another user. But apparently not. Like, there's no other user in these logs, which is insane. Tyler but you could filter for workstation 02 as they had to move. Oh, good call. Let's try that. Host name exists. Nope. Host name is of course not. How do I filter? What was the... I need to invoke... I need to use the escape. I need to escape that, maybe? Expected. So I can't escape it, because you suck. We see workstation 2 there. We see some workstation 2s. Give me the same exact results. Oh, look, we have a different username. Wait, why did that not show up before? What? How come when I filter by not... Okay, we do have some different usernames. I have no idea why this didn't show up before. And now we have some password information. Although we already have Anna's password. Oh, we got some James... We have a few different users we're looking at now. Okay. Apparently, I just had to type in WinRM. Let's see if we can follow what was going on here. So was the first compromised user Jim Cromwell? No. And then we have system doing all this. So they elevated their privileges to system or something here, right? And they took over Anna Jones' account. And then from Anna Jones, they pivoted to Damian Hall. Man. I'm not sure how to find this. I don't even know the user. I've found a few different users, but like ANNA, it's not Anna. Damien, DAMIE, it's not Damien. Perry? PERRY. Why would they? They already had access as Perry, so they wouldn't have leveraged Perry. Is it James? JamesCromwell. Okay. So, what if we filter James Cromwell? How the frick will we get his hash? Nefo said event module. Nope. How would we get his hash? Honestly. I didn't see it. I didn't see anything. There was no Bloodhound actual output, right? All right. So here's the dump. They dump the creds here. And then right here is the first activity we have of James Cromwell. Do a potato attack. His impersonate privileges. But how does one get the hash out of that? Just doing these scripts. Freaking James. We might have to Google this one, y'all. Like, I don't see how we get the hash. Hey, I see other users. Anna Jones, Simnatic, Damian Hall, James, Michael, Perry Parsons. We might want to just grab this. That might come in handy later. Yo, what up, Blaze Bits? Thank you for the raid. For those of you just joining from the raid on Twitch, we are working through a blue team challenge room on TryHackMe, doing some threat hunting. But I'm a pen tester, not a blue teamer, not a threat hunter, so I have no idea what I'm doing, but stumbling my way through it. So we're working our way through this process. Thank you for joining. Thank you for hanging out. I'll give you a really quick overview. It is this Hunt Me 2 VM, where we had an employee get phished, and we are just like figuring out the hacker's steps. So Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you being here. We're like almost done. If I could just figure out, like, I'm ahead of this question. This question is stuck here. They use Powerhound, Bloodhound. I can't use a column John Davy because it will say it doesn't work, and I can't escape it. Thank you, BlazeBits. I appreciate the kind words. All right, I'm going to back up one more time to when Bloodhound was executed, because one would think we can see when the attacker changes from the credential dumping activity, right? They do the LSAS dump, and they're invoking Power Extract to get through the data, and then shortly after that, they are logging in as James Cromwell. But I don't see any records here that would actually show us. Do I have to... Hold up. Oh my goodness. I found it. It was actually here. Like when they were parsing the data, that I had that thought. Maybe I have to parse the data myself, but no, we have the output here. While they were parsing the data of James Cromwell, we have the NT hash. Gosh, I'm a freaking genius. I'm really not. But we'll go with it. Found it by luck? Yeah, basically luck. Although I had this thought that it might be in the actual output right here. But that definitely took me longer than it should have. But look, guys, I didn't Google it. Like, so far, all of this Blue Team Challenge I have done without looking at a walkthrough. So I'm counting that as a huge win. Look at all those correct answers. It's freaking beautiful. All right. Oh, man, it's getting late, too. I need to go to bed eventually. After gaining access to the new workstation, a new set of credentials were discovered. What is the username, including its domain and password of this new account? So now, if we can figure out how to filter by workstation, this will be helpful. I had help from the gallery. You want my 50 cents. True that. True that. I did have help from y'all. Teamwork makes the dream work. Actually, I need to figure out, is it WinLog computer name? All right, so what if I filter WinLog computer name is 2. There we go. Save. We got 2 hits. All right. We have 2 hits from our agent host name right here. What's the question? After gaining access, a new set of credits will discover what is the username, including its domain and password of this account. Well, she's just listing out users. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Damian Hall. Let's try maybe agent host name instead. Wait, what's it filtering on right now? It should be showing me more than 285 hits. Is it still trying to... Why is it filtering based on James? It shouldn't be doing that. I don't have any filters set. Oh, wait. Are we supposed to be in Workstation 3 or Workstation 2? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong workstation in the first place. I'm losing it. But why? It seems like it's still filtering on that James user. Does anyone know why it's filtering on James when I don't have it? Why is it looking for James is my question. It's only showing me stuff that includes James. You can see James is highlighted, but I'm in no way filtering for James. The frick is James doing with his life? He's screwing up my investigation. Do you guys see in some way it's why it's being filtered by James? I'm not doing anything to filter by James. There. But now I lost all my... I lost all my things, my columns. Like, freaking elk stack is cool and all, but it's also buggy, like when you're trying to go back and forth on stuff. At least I think it is. There we go. So James is somehow hidden there. Now I might be able to add filter by host name. Is workstation, I don't even remember what it was called. That right there. Oh, shoot. So we still have 10,000 hits. But the user that we know was being used was Anna, right? Anna Jones. So let's also filter by user Anna Jones, maybe? Username is Anna Jones. Okay, we're down to 5,000 hits. That's not very helpful. What's the... Let's see. How about ascending? Okay, we see some interesting stuff going on here. Let's check this out. I was just trying to find the last commands executed by Anna Jones. Did she find passwords being stored somewhere? Oh no, she's deploying ransomware. That's one of the questions later on, isn't it? How many files were encrypted on all workstations? I wonder how I'm supposed to figure that out. We see encrypting here, though. Let's just record that command. So it's not... Oh gosh, I'm so confused. We have James Cromwell. After gaining access to the new account, the attacker is tempted to reset the password of Anna Jones, which they did. What is the name of the workstation where the new account was used? It was used on workstation 02. After gaining access to the new workstation, a new set of credits were discovered. What is the username? So after gaining access... This isn't anything interesting, is it? No, it's just Anna Jones getting ready to deploy that ransomware. What is going on with my browser there? Okay. Is it Perry Parsons? No. Dang, she's, or she or he, I don't know who it is pwning all this stuff with this Anna Jones account. Anna Jones must have some privs. Oh. Do we get Damian Hall's hash or anything yet? Is this the user she gets access to is Damian Hall, including domain, so that kind of matches up. What is a username including this domain and password of this new account? What do you mean including domain name? There's not enough space for that. Brian, a robot. I was hoping it would just tell me his password. All right. Surely that's the user though, right? This is all from Workstation 2. And they're doing the DC sync as Damian Hall. So surely she gets access, she or he, I keep calling it she because I'm looking at Anna, gets access to Damian Hall and then does that DC sync attack. What's in this archive? Can I see what's in here? Nothing interesting. Does she dump like login passwords and get it that way with Mimikatz? Domain/pass is how it should be. They say like, what is the username, including this domain and password of this new account? It's a badly worded question then if you're just supposed to do the domain and the pass. They seem to imply you need the username, the domain, and the password in this one answer. Event ID 4720 for new user creation. We're not looking for new user creation though. We're looking for a set of credentials that were discovered on Works. Oh shoot. Let's up that. At 1 hour. Just 3 questions left, and I do need to get to bed. I'll keep trying for a little bit, but I may end up having to look up answers just because I'm not going to do a second stream on this blue team room when we're this close to being done. But I'm also not going to stay up all night doing a fake blue team incident response when I should be sleeping. I think it's a badly worded question. You know, like I'm not entirely sure. Let me just think for a second. If we have 5,000 hits, what if we go back to the beginning of Workstation? Jeez, how far did I scroll? Let's go like this. Let's go back to the beginning. Right, Anna gets access. We have our 7zip.dll. When does this Anna person figure out credentials for another user? I guess you would think it would be around that DC sync attack, right? Because they would get credentials, realize, hey, this user has DC sync rights on the domain. I just didn't see it. We're not looking for Event ID is generated every time an account attempts to reset the password. But they didn't attempt to reset the password. Note it says a new set of credentials was discovered. They didn't reset a password. They discovered current credentials. Somehow, some way. It's freaking stupid. I'm a lot better at doing the hacking, not this needle in the haystack looking through log stuff. Let me scroll back down to where we saw the DC sync attack. So here's that DC sync attack as Damian Hall. So at some point in time leading up to that, she finds credentials for Damian Hall using Mimikatz, I'd assume. She's doing a pass the hash attack for Damian Hall. Not even discovered credentials. It's a pass the hash attack. Alright. I'm just looking up the answer for this one, and we're going to reverse engineer like how that is. Where is this at? So it wasn't Damian Hall, it's some IT admin. How come I'm not seeing that? So if you sort by Anna Jones, I don't see 1515. Okay, so I guess we kind of see, if we go to 1514, we see a bunch of activity going on. Could we have found it this way? They're using PowerView here. Wow. There has to be a better way to find this, though. Yeah, see, that doesn't even find it. Right, and then we have this big activity right there. Oh, I don't even see I seriously hate the way freaking ElkStack does this timing freaking crap when you're trying to look for stuff. There it is. What would be a good way to have found that, though? I hate this query crap. All right, let me just at least get the answer, and then I'm gonna keep playing around with that to figure out, like, was there a better way to find it? So the answer is this IT admin. If you search for password John Davey, you're going to get a lot of results. Here, I'll just show you. At least I think you are. Oh, so I need to go. How do I adjust the timestamp now? So freaking stupid. How do I adjust the timestamp, you stupid elk freaking crap? Guys, how do I change the time? Are you joking me? There. Why wasn't it not there before? I seriously hate ElkStack. I freaking hate it. I hate how buggy it is. While you're trying to adjust time and it constantly resets, you lose your freaking you lose your columns when you're trying to search for stuff. So stupid. Oh shoot, that would have worked. John Davey, I give you credit for that. That would have worked as well. That would be my more noob way of doing it. We could have just searched for password. Like once we had it filtered on workstation 2 and username Anna Jones, you search for password, we would have found it. Good call. What is the... Didn't we already go through the credential dumping crap? Why didn't you ask me this question a while ago? Oh, Red Blue Team Learning said it first. All right, you did not read. All right, I apologize, my friend. You get the credit then. I don't remember how to get to this. I like the name. All right, guys, it's getting late. We might have to just walk through the rest of this, because I'm not wasting my time anymore. I mean, it's not a waste, but... So how did they do that? Oh, it's a backtick, not a backslash. Of course, it's something stupid for freaking Elastic trash. So, yeah, Damian Hall. Okay, I guess we do know that. He is the domain admin. But, I mean, how is this any different than what I was looking at before? How are you getting the... What was the question? Of the domain admin. Oh, so of Hall. Oh, we already saw his hash a few times. We saw whatever they do. Anna Jones did a pass the hash attack on him. Right? We could have gotten this answer from there too when we were looking at... Oh, the AE6256 hash, not the NTLM hash. Where is that at? Yes, I'm blind. Where's it at? Oh. Oops. Is it this thing? Yeah, oh, there it is. AES HMAC. I got you. Although, how do you get this answer? After gaining domain access, the attacker popped ransomware, which we saw that with this... this bomb.exe, right? Is there an easy way to see how many files it encrypted? What am I doing here? Am I 14, 15, 41? Okay, let's go to the end. So, like, first is Anna Jones. Does it output like, hey, here are all the files we ransomwared? I saw a bunch of files before. Which one was that? Yeah, here's all that stuff. I'm not going to manually count this. Surely there is a way. Is it like the sequence number for some reason? Yeah, okay, I figured it's more than that. I'm not counting these. I guess I could write a script that counts them, but I'm not going to do that either. This is what I'm going to do. Oh, that's how they did it. So by encrypting, it creates event ID 11. Hey, that's actually a pretty smart way to do that, because if we look at this, do we have event ID 11? This is event ID 800. What do you mean it creates event ID 11? Where's the event ID 11 at? How does it create event ID 11? What's this? Is this not encrypting it? Oh, 11 is file create. Why do I not see it there? Whatever. We're going to go with this person's walkthrough. It doesn't quite make sense to me how you come to that conclusion. So is the answer 48 then? No. That's stupid. But if you browse through the list of files, there's 2 files that are not encrypted. So you have to deduct those. Okay, that's kind of dumb. That's a little silly. Wow. Okay, I did like 90% of the room. I think I probably could have figured it out more than that. Like, I probably could have made my way through it, but we're running up. It's almost midnight, and I have a real job that I have to work in the morning, so I didn't feel like staying up later and figuring it out. But we did complete the room. I learned a lot through it. It was a fun room. A few of the parts felt silly to me, but I think that's just because I'm not a blue teamer. I really don't like the search for the needle in a haystack, but obviously that's what threat hunting is. That's what blue teaming is. That's what it's doing. You're doing incident response. But that's why I'm a pen tester. I do the hacking. I don't do the investigation of my hacking, but hey, it's still good learning to work through it on the blue team side of things. So seriously, for those of you watching on YouTube after the fact, this recorded video, thank you for taking the time to hang out with me. Hope you learn something through the process, and I will see you in the next one. All right. Now, I'm just here live with you guys on stream. Thank you for those of you on stream for hanging out. Thank you, especially for those who helped me learn through this, shared some good tips as we were stumbling through it, some good ideas. Thank you all for hanging out. Really do appreciate it. And y'all, once again, I know a lot of you probably weren't here in the very beginning of the stream, but in the beginning of the stream, Ryan Montgomery, aka Zero Day, joined us on YouTube and said, he follows my stuff, said some encouraging words, and said he wants to do an interview sometime. So I'm going to work, I'll message Zero Day on Discord tomorrow, and I will get that set up. So hopefully within the next month, maybe 2 months, you'll see me and Ryan sitting down, and we'll talk about career, cybersecurity, and all that good stuff. So that was a fun surprise to the beginning of the stream. Elk is the easiest of the Sims. Wait until you hit Sentinel. Well, I don't think there's any Sentinel Machine's gonna try to hack me because of license issues, but I might be wrong. But guys, thank you for hanging out. Also, I'm gonna try to start streaming. I was thinking about giving myself the challenge of streaming every single day, but I just don't think that's going to be possible. If I didn't have like kids and responsibilities, that might be possible. But I also have quite a few times this summer I'm going to be out of town. I'm taking my kids camping, but I am going to try to jump on here, even if it's just for like an hour to hang out, almost every single night, at least over the next month or so, just for fun, just to experiment, see how it goes, pick a machine, hang out. So just plan on around like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, jump on here, maybe 10 o'clock. Like my schedule, like here's my schedule for y'all. You're probably not even interested, but I work like your typical 8 to 5. I get off, I hang out with my kids, I get my kids to bed. Well, now that it's summer, right now they go to bed at 7 o'clock, believe it or not. But in the summertime, they'll probably stay up till 8, 8:30. Once they get to bed, I try to exercise for like an hour. So that brings me to like 9:30. So it might not even be till 10 o'clock most nights. And I probably won't do long streams like this. Like we were on for 2 hours, but maybe like an hour, just jump on, hang out. But yeah, that's kind of my schedule. What time do I get up? I get up at about 7 a.m. I would sleep in more, but I do work from home, so I just walk downstairs to work. But at least now during the school year, I take my kids to school every day. So I live pretty close to school. We walk to the school every morning. So I get up around 7, have breakfast with my kids, get them ready for school, bring them to school, come home, hack the planet. The rest is history. Wish my child would go to bed at 7. Yeah, it's my daughter. To be fair, my daughter doesn't go to bed at 7. She usually plays in her room until like 8 o'clock, but she'll like sit in her room and color. But my son, who is 4, does go to bed at 7 consistently. He wakes up really early though. My son wakes up at like 6 in the morning, but he just wakes up and he'll sit in his room and play with his toys. And he kind of does his own thing. Is that Optimus Prime behind me? No. We have lots of things behind me. Let's see. Oh, you mean this right here? No, that's just a fire truck. Oh, and then we have another truck right here. Semi-truck. My son loves trucks and trains. And so a lot of the drawings up here that you see trucks and trains are from my son. The more like picture type stuff are from my daughter. So we have a mouse up there from her. We have this, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll have to do a stream of showing off these pictures, a unicorn and princess. Here's some finger paint my son made in school. You can also see my brick wall is not real, if that comes as a surprise to anyone. I work in an unfinished basement. I always like to show off my office a little bit. Here, I'll show you guys off my office. Some behind the scenes look of what it actually looks like. But my office is just in a completely unfinished basement, but so I have a nice backdrop. I bought this fake brick wall for about $20 off Amazon and just stored up behind me. But like, I'm in a legit just like basement. It's not as fancy as it looks. And then I'm so like ghetto low key. My desk, I have, one of those, what would it be, an L-shaped desk, but I literally just made my own L-shaped desk out of 6-foot white tables. So I like to show this off, like you see that, just 6-foot white tables. And then I show you guys how ghetto this is. Not only that, my keyboard's broken, guys. Let me show you my keyboard. This is like why I don't need your money, because I don't spend money on myself. You guys see this? My keyboard right here is the little thing came off and I couldn't fix it. So every time I use my keyboard, I have to put a washcloth underneath it so that it stays balanced. Otherwise, when I type it falls down. I have like literally the most ghetto setup that you can imagine, but it works. Instead of wasting my money and all that, do what I can to give stuff away to people. That's all I need. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna as a Giga Chad mic. Yes, I should tell you about this microphone. This microphone is like $1,000 microphone, but I got it from a friend. Actually, I'll show you my friend. So his name is Casher. Incredible rapper, y'all. But he was selling this microphone, and he sold. I was a college student, a freshman, eating ramen noodles, and he was like, "Bro, I have my old microphone. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he sold it to me for $400. I've had this microphone for, 12 years. I've had this microphone for 12 years. But I couldn't even afford it when he offered it to me. So I did a GoFundMe in order to raise money to purchase this microphone. So I didn't even have the money to buy this microphone when I got it. I GoFunded my way to this microphone, but I got it from this dude who is not well known at all as a rapper. I used to talk to him all the time, but the dude is dope. Let me see if I can find some of his music real quick. I'll share it with you guys, at least for those of you who like hip hop. See, I'll find let's see. What does he have? Does he have anything recent? What's this? All right. I don't even know what this song is, but we'll check it out real quick. So if this guy ever gets famous, y'all, I'm selling this microphone on eBay for like thousands of dollars, and I'll buy a new one if he ever gets famous. But he is a really good rapper. I'll show it to you guys. Oh, let me fix this quality. I also don't know what this song is. I've never listened to it.
Let's be there. You feel me? Hey. Yeah. I can't hold back, and I think that you already know that. We get dead on the table like a toe tag. We should air it all out for it go bad. And I never been asked how I feel to be fatherless. It sucks regardless how far it gets. I stay cool, head nuke like the Nautilus. So me and God ain't caught in the partnership. Feel some ways, but I can't be weak. I'm trying to grow when they over here planting seeds, and I ain't trying to sound preachy. I don't want to be perceived like a show no decency. Believe me, can't ask for better if I don't do better. There's a few that I'm trying to write a rude letter. I don't get.
Anyways, his name's Casher. If you want to check him out. He doesn't even have that many subscribers. He used to have a pretty big following back in the day, but that would have been like 15 years ago. I've actually done some music with him back in the day for me as well. But that's where I got the mic from. Yeah, sure, I'll drop the link here. Oh, 1 second. It always bugs out when I try to post links on YouTube. I just got to put in Notepad first for it to work properly. Also, guys, I asked this before, but has anyone heard of Whitey Cracker? I think that's how you say his name. Ever listen to his music? It's awesome. Any cheap microphone for singing and recording purpose? You know, I don't follow microphones much anymore. Since I have this one. But I really enjoyed this song. I think it's called I Remember by Whitey Cracker. This song's amazing. We'll listen to it together, then I'll close the stream out. But hang on and listen to this song. Listen to the lyrics. It's so cool. Even if you don't like rap music. Let me see if I can find the lyrics real quick. Oh yeah, sweet. I found it. This song's so cool. It's like the best hacker song I've heard. If can I make this full screen?
I remember.
Shoot.
My first time online, 1995. My neighbor's new computer, we took it for a ride. Addicted from the start, and it wasn't ending soon. In JPEG rooms, seeing women in the nude. But that's not my interest. Time I could invest. Deltries and Trojans, computers I could infect. Hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Take a step back. Started making fan sites of artists that could rap. Pasted some code in an IM to start up. AOL choked, it was frozen on the markup. Came across proggies and tools made by others, kicking people offline, the scene called them gunners. Had the best strings, it would crash and hold the throne, so I couldn't give them out, had to code it on my own. VB3 downloading, feeling out of place. Started out clueless, a genocide base, sprinting for the lead, I couldn't stay behind. Met caffeine, learned the Windows API, writing bigger raps, growing day by day with it. Subclass, trespass, evade rate limits. I'm a Wiz group mercenary, coding was my pitch. Servers, mass mailers, anything for fish. Tossers, scrollers, ASCII art journals for masters and subs, overheads, internals, multi-threaded brute force, secure ID tokens. German, Canadian is code that was spoken. A pinpoint in time, most will never know. I coded with the very best from all around the globe. Bounce through private rooms, finding all the spots, bypassing blocks, hide from cat watch and toss. Wondered if accounts would even live until the morning, 'cause all of this could terminate with on-screen warnings. I remember
So
that?
good. Yeah, I think that was dual core. I think that first verse is dual core. Might be wrong though. I'm pretty sure it's dual core.
I remember that? We had fun together. No sleep, feeling fine. I was crazy. Captured dreams. I remember that? All day, all night, always online. Remember that? This digital gangsta, he made a splash.
This is Whitey Cracker.
In 98, if my man is correct, I got immediate respect in my past. With the freaking and the hacking and the spamming for cash. Just ask Astro, I was the Fidel Castro. Dictator gagging while I'm sold a macro. Page on 8OP, free host for all the hackers and the AOGs. This digital gangsta, he made a splash. Page on the internet in any subclass. No send keys, so the proggies are fast. All the tossers and the mailers and the fishes were mass. This digital gangsta, he made a splash. Intro art to his proggies and past. Concert to the kitties and dash. Then
I think you guys get the point. You can check it out on your own. It's
Now let's continue the intro.
I love their music. I'm always listening to it. Tyler, could you check out my boys rap? Is this first song? Yeah, send it over. The other Tyler said I have a signed CD of this song. Yo, that's amazing. Maybe at DEF CON. Dual Core was at DEF CON, last DEF CON. Maybe when he's here now, I'll get my name out there and I can go up there and perform my Black Hoodie On song with Dual Core, Whitey Cracker, someone. Would be sweet. But yeah, they're always fun to listen to. If you haven't checked them out, Dual Core, Whitey Cracker, they're solid. Because I run across a lot of nerdcore rappers who like are nerdcore-ish, but they suck at rapping. Like Dual Core and Whitey Cracker are like legit just good rappers, and then they add in some of their history. One of the songs, like the one I think it's Whitey Cracker is most known for is the LulzSec song, right? I don't even remember what it's called. Anti-Sec or something? Pound Anti-Sec. Yeah. Anti-Sec. And he talks in that one at the end of the song about, hey, if you want to get involved with LulzSec, talk to Sabu. Well, if you know the whole Sabu Anonymous story, Sabu was one of the leaders of Anonymous and really the leader of LulzSec, which was the movement inside of Anonymous that's a little more advanced than just the script kiddies. And he was the one that got arrested and then turned informant for the FBI or whatever it was. He actually has a podcast now that's pretty interesting to listen to called The Hacker and the Fed. And in The Hacker and the Fed, it's Sabu, or Hector is his real name, with his FBI, I think they called him a handler, right, is the correct term for him. But yeah, the interesting thing about Sabu is his first job when he got out of prison was at Rhino Security Labs, which is where I work now. He, of course, doesn't work at Rhino anymore, but Rhino was the first place that offered him a job when he got out of prison. And a while ago, this would have been about a year ago, I reached out to Hector on LinkedIn and just said, dude, I would love to like talk to you sometime on stream and like hear your story. And I had a good like hour-long private conversation with Hector. Obviously not recorded, not streamed, and he just shared with me like his whole story, things that he wouldn't share online, obviously, but just like what it was like working as a legit like criminal hacker and being tracked down by the FBI in that whole process. And even told me, like, I invited him to jump on stream sometime, so I would love to do a live interview. And he just said, like, if you do a live interview with me, there's a good chance you're going to get swatted, doxxed, blah, 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 blah. Like, people are still super pissed off about what happened back in, 2011, 2012. And so, like, I made the decision, okay, good call. I'm not going to interview you because, like, I have kids and stuff. I don't want to get swatted. I don't want to play around with that community. But had a very interesting conversation with Sabu and hearing about some of that hacker culture in the anonymous movement. But not going to do the live stream, not going to get myself attacked by all the script kiddies who think they're part of Anonymous, who don't actually know how to hack stuff besides docs binning crap. Like, you're a script kiddie, you're not a hacker, but is what it is. But okay, y'all, it's almost midnight. I need to go to bed. I got kids to bring to school. I got work in the morning. Thank you all for hanging out. Really do appreciate it. I'll probably be back online some point in time tomorrow night to hang out, do some machines, but I'll see you guys then. Peace.